name is Trinity Epling, along with my co-host Jaden and Jordan.
Welcome to Launch Point. We're here to keep you up to date with all the latest news here at Point Pleasant Junior Senior High School and also within our community.
On today's episode, you will see a special video with Evan, Trey, Allie, and Skylar with a countdown to the end of school, and a special commercial. We will also have the weather from the weekend with Jada and the lunch menu from Gabe. We will finish the show off with our Teacher of the Week segment with Jalisa and Grace, as well as the Student of the Week segment with Anna.
Point Pleasant, this is your Launch Point.
Welcome back, everyone, to the latest episode of Launch Point. We will start this right off with some school news and announcements, and into our special segments for the day.
Today is the deadline for the ACT, so be sure to go get registered. Also, there is a sad meeting in Dr. Sargent's room today during Shield.
The food and clothing closets are open during school hours, Monday through Friday. Please see Mr. Bowers and Ms. Lyons for more information. All students utilizing this resource will be kept confidential.
The Grief and Loss Support Group meets on Wednesdays in room 212 in the junior high. This group is held during Shield. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to Mr. Bowers or Ms. Martin in the high school office.
A meeting for the Italy-Greece trip is scheduled for Tuesday, March 12th at 6 p.m. in room 102. All travelers need to be in attendance. Door prizes will be given out and the traveler shirts passed out.
Now we have several different segments in this week's episode. Enjoy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm Luke.
And I'm Brady.
And we are the hosts of the Tall Glass Podcast.
We are an every weekly podcast that talks about anything and everything and what we think about them.
You want to hear two teenagers sit and talk into a mic about just random topics that you may or may not care about?
We got it.
We do got it. So, we're going to have our links to Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube down below. And you should follow the podcast as we take this journey on just talking about stuff.
It's very entertaining.
I would say so. See you there. Hello, Point Pleasant, and this is your sports report with Blain. Not a whole lot going on in sports right now. A lot of teams getting their spring practices started, like tennis, softball, baseball, track. A lot of stuff going on, and we will keep you updated on games happening in the future. See you later.
Hi, welcome to the lunch menu with Gabe Hall. Today, Friday the 8th, we're having school-made pepperoni pizza, the best in the state. We're having some corn, classic. Strawberries, bananas, I'm not a fan. I like strawberries. Ooh, we're having Scooby snacks. And we're having, and milk. Saturday, you can eat whatever you find because we're not having school that day, and same with Sunday. But there might be milk. You might have to check your fridge. Monday, the 11th, we're having corn dogs, seasoned potato wedges, broccoli, applesauce, royal brownies, ooh, wowee, and milk. Our next episode's Tuesday, so I'm just gonna stop right there. Thanks.
Read a Kent with your what?
Go ahead.
With your weather. Friday today will be 40 degrees and a mix of rain and snow. Saturday will be 57 degrees and 100% chance of rain. And Sunday will be 61 degrees and mostly cloudy.
Okay, so Mr. Nolan,
Hello.
you're our teacher of the week.
Well, that's an honor and a privilege. I thank you.
So we have questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. What do you teach here at Point Pleasant High School?
I teach young people. Young adults. I teach them English language arts. Great Steadicam work there, Jalisa.
Yeah, right.
I'm
sorry.
You gonna edit that out?
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay.
funnier if you didn't.
What made you want to be a teacher?
I actually want to be a doctor, and then I was working as a summer camp counselor, and I found that I really enjoyed when kids learned, and I was becoming less sure that I wanted to be a doctor, so I was like, well, I'll do that, and if I don't like it, I've got time to figure it out. You know, I've got summers off and all that. And
Yeah.
I really liked it, and it's really been a pretty good way to make a living and make a career, and I've met a lot of fun people and done a lot of really neat stuff, so yeah.
Which class is your favorite?
Oh,
Third period.
Undoubtedly, third period gives me life. Yeah, that sophomore honors class. Other than the fact that there's a group of kids that sit here in the front row that are just obnoxious.
Yeah, like the one that sits right here.
Yeah,
Right here.
they're terrible. But other than that, it's pretty fun.
What is your favorite thing about teaching?
Leaving at the end of the day, shaking the dust of Point Pleasant Junior Senior High School off my boots and not thinking about them again. No, I'm just kidding. You know, it's like the sign outside my door says. It's that lightning strike of like, oh wow, like your class in particular, these sophomores, I've been messing with them the last couple of weeks, showing them poetry that's of more of a controversial nature than your average. Like, look at your flowers, and your flowers are neat, and watching some people's heads explode is really rewarding.
What is your main hobby out of school?
Being awesome.
Last question. How long have you been a Viking?
About 1,000 years. I think I was born a savage. I've always been a savage. It's just, you know, I am Mr. Nolan. I cannot be tamed.
Cannot be taken. Well, thank you for your time.
Of course.
So, Jacob, how did you get started in the morning announcements?
Well, Cottrell came up to me and Haley at lunch about 2 weeks into the year and was just like, we need someone with a strong voice to do morning announcements. And Haley had originally said that she was interested in doing it and then just kind of drug me along into it, but I've enjoyed it doing it, so it's not upset that I started doing it.
So you're in the National Honor Society, correct?
Yes.
What follows with being in the National Honor Society?
Well, considering we are a society of standards of upheld standards. Definitely just kind of continuing to withhold those into everything else I do, going into college, maybe potentially getting into an honor college or Ivy League, and just continuing on with that standard that I've held myself to.
What would you say to someone trying to apply for the National Honor Society?
Well, considering induction seasons will be within the next few weeks, the work that you need to have put into it to be eligible for the NHS, if you haven't done it up to now, you're not going to get in, sadly to say. But for those of you who are eligible, continue to do the good work that you've been doing, and you will be a shoo-in to get in.
So you are the Chief Justice for West Virginia Youth Government Program. How does that work?
Well, it's an elect position for the judicial program at West Virginia Youth and Government. It is the only elect position in the judicial program. I am what you could call the student head of the program, as I am the one that the people in judicial see the most. I will sit in the justice chair most often. I sadly don't get to argue a case like most of the other justices, but I get to have a little more one-on-one action with every kid in the program, which is very nice.
Thank you.
Thanks to everyone for contributing to this week's episode. We will have next week's episode of Launch Point next Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend, everyone.